Today I'm going to talk about how to compose a simple melody and how to harmonize that melody. For our example, I choose E flat major as a scale. So those are the notes that they are going to be used for our music example. And as you see here, in each note, right? E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, and E flat. You can form a chord to each one. First, a simple triad added with 2/3. From E, if you go a third up, you go to G. From G, you go up a third, you go to B. Now, here's what happened here as well. We added those thirds, multiple thirds, and on the top it is the seventh note. Okay, so this is the E flat major with a minor 7. This is F minor with a minor 7. This is G minor with a minor 7. This is A flat major with a minor 7 on the top. You see the G. This is the B flat major with a minor 7th, and on the top the A flat. It should be, yeah, it is A flat here on the key. Here we have the C minor with a minor 7 on the top of the B flat. We have the chord here, diminished chord, added with the minor 7th on the top, which is the C. So those chords are going to be used as support for our melody. So those chords, they need to be put in some order. So that's what chords progression do. For instance, the first chord, which is this one, the first chord, which is this one, the E flat major, right, can go anywhere. I can go to any of this, all right? But if a song will have I'll have a second scale degree, which is the F. So F minor can go to any, can go to third, can go to G minor, can go to fifth degree, which is the B flat major, can go to the sixth degree, which is the C minor. Yeah, C minor. Here, the fifth, it's the B flat major, sorry. Here, the sixth, C minor, and can go as well. The second scale degree can go as well on the 7th chord, which is the D diminished chord. Now, if we see a music that tell us with to go from the 3rd scale degree, we can go on the first scale degree, which is E flat major, through 6/5, which is an inversion here, the first inversion. We can go to the 2nd chord, which is the F minor. We can go to the 4th scale, which is the A flat major. We can go to the 6th scale, which is the C minor. We can go to the 7th as well, to D diminished. 4th degree. If we see in music 4, okay, degree, it can go to any of those. Okay, to E flat major, it can go to the 2nd degree, which is the F minor. It can go to the 3rd degree, which is the G minor. It can go to the 5, which is the B flat major, and then go to the 6 chord, which is the uh, C minor. Yeah, sorry, C minor, and it can go as well in the B diminished, which is the 7th degree. If we see a 5 chord, the progression allows us to go to any of those. The first scale degree, which is the E flat major, on the second degree, which is the F minor, the third degree, which is the G minor. So the 5 can go in 4 as well, in A flat major. Yeah, and the 5 can go, here's a mistake here, 5 can go to 6 as well. Okay, let me delete that one. Okay, so 5 can go to 6, which is the C minor, and 5 can go in 7 diminished chord, which is the D diminished. Now, 6th degree, if we see a 6th scale degree, it can go anywhere from one of those scales degree, from to E flat major, to F minor, to G minor, to A flat major, to B flat major, and to 7th degree. Okay, and the last scale degree, which is the 7th degree, can go to all those four. First degree, which is the E flat major, the third degree, which is the G minor, the fifth degree, which is the fifth degree, which is the B flat major, and can go 7 scale degree. Yeah, it can go as well in the 6th degree, which is the C minor. Okay, so this is how you use. Well, the chords, they are split into um, categories, if I can say like that. Simple and let's say composed. Simple are those who are only formed with 3 notes, called sometimes triads. And compound are those formed with more than 3. For instance, here we have a chord with the 4 notes. Sometimes you can make a 5 chords notes or 6 chord notes. But the simple triad, the root position, it is labeled with 5. The first inversion of the triad, it is labeled with a 6. The second inversion of the triad, it is labeled 6-4, which means always the root, the third, and the fifth notes of the chord will move always. For instance, the E flat from here moved up, so the G became the first note of the first inversion. Now the G from here moves up in the second inversion, and the first note of the chord from the second inversion becomes B. Now, root position for the 7th chord, it is labeled 7. The first inversion of the 7th chord, it is labeled with 6-5. The second inversion of the chord, of the 7th chord, it is labeled 4-3. And the last one, which is the third inversion, is labeled with 2. Sometimes with or 2, it is labeled. Okay. Now, how to compose a soprano line and a bass line. This is what we need first to understand. We compose the upper line and the bottom line of the music. So soprano and the bass are the opposite directions of the voice. Okay, so the good motion of the way how to compose, it is to compose in contrary motion. For instance, if the melody of the soprano goes up, then the bass, it's nice to go down. When the soprano goes down, the bass should go up. If the soprano goes a little bit up, then the bass can stay. If the soprano goes down, the bass go um, can stay a little bit. If the soprano stays, the bass can go down. If the soprano goes up, the bass can stay. If the soprano goes down, the bass can go up. If the soprano goes up, the bass can go down. If the soprano goes down, the bass can go up. If the soprano goes up, then the bass can stay. So you see, always it is a different. So it is permitted and it sounds nice. That's why I put this priority. It is a priority to do this. What is not a priority, not when you compose a soprano line which goes in the same direction to the bass. Like you see here, the bass and the soprano line are the same. Well, it is nice, this music. Sometimes it is nice to compose similar motions, but the problem is that it's not stable and it's missing some profound serial harmony. But here in the first example, the bass, if it's the different than soprano, it gives us a lot of serial harmony, not just the fundamental music. Music behind the music, notes, they are formed through the physic system, and they give us some serial harmonies. Now let's compose a melody now. I'm going to do this. Pick E. I'm going to compose first first motive, which is a question, like a dialogue. And then so this is my first melody, my first motive. Okay, so it's like a question and answer. For instance, if a boy asks a girl, the boy question is, "How are you?" and the girl will say, "I'm fine, thank you." So this is the principle how the music works. So it's a nice communication between the first motive and the second motive. Now let's do the girl's answer. I can copy this to like in a mirror style, ret- retrovert. I think they say in English. And I will pick this formula, four eighth notes, and then I will end with a whole note. Good. Now this is the line, the music. Let's have a look at just a little bit. Okay, now what do we need to do in order to be able to compose? We will need uh, this all the time to look here. First note, it is an E flat, okay? So E flat, because it starts with the E flat, we will have to put the Roman numeral, okay? Now, it is good to harmonize only the first part of the beat. Here it's going to be a chord, here it's going to be a chord. This is not going to be a chord, but this is going to be a chord. Here it's going to be a chord. This is going to be a passing note, but this is going to be a chord. This can be treated as a neighboring note, okay? Here is going to be a chord, probably two chords, and here, probably here as well, two chords, and then here, a chord, this B will be treated like a passing note, and C and D probably here a chord, and here probably here two chords or three or four chords. Okay, now as I said here, F will not harmonize. It's not a good music if you harmonize all the song. I mean all the sounds. So it's good to harmonize only the beats. Here are the A flats. Let's see where can we find the A flat. We can find here on a second degree in F minor as a third. We can find here as a fifth, as a fourth chord, but as a third. We can find no. It's like it's already the fundamental of the chord, the first note. We can find A as a seventh chord from the fifth chord. We can find the A here as well. So we can have four options for A. Could be seven chord, could be five chord, could be five, yes, or four or two. But I guess one can go anywhere, right? So I'm going to put here I'm going to put here, hold on, because I need to make this. I'm going to put here two chord. Good. Now, I want to go from two chord here to the chords progression. Two chord can go to first, three, fifth, six, or seven. I want to go to the five. The five, it's here, the B flat major. So here it's going to be the five here. I can put seven here as well. Now, as a passing note here, F. Let's look a little bit here. F, we can find it in two chord. In the second chord, we can find F in the third chord here as a seventh chord, as a seventh note. We can find the F in the fifth chord as well. We can find the F in the seventh chord as well. Well, I think I can put five chord. I will keep the B flat here as well. I will keep the B flat. Okay. It's nice to keep just two beats as a pedal point. I can say. Now, the G, this G, let's see where we can meet the G. We can meet as a third from the first chord in E flat major. We can meet the G as the first note from the third chord. We can meet the G, but as a G flat, but we don't need that. We will need the G as well. We can use it the sixth chord. I think, let's see, six. So if we choose the sixth chord, the question is, we had a 5 here. Can go 6 after 5? Let's look. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yes. So 6 can go after 5. So we're going to put a 6 here. Next, B flat. Let's see where we can meet the B flat. I can put the B flat as well as a fifth note from the first chord, right? E flat. I'm gonna put B flat in the third chord. I see a B flat in the fifth chord, and I see a B flat as a seventh chord to the sixth chord. Well, as I see, I have three options. Well, I can pick the G, the B, the third. I will be treating the B as a third from the third chord. Now the question is, 3 can go after 6. Let's have a look in our chords progression chart. So 3, no, 6. 6. Yes, can go after 6. Yes, so we can put a 3 here. Next, B flat. We have B flat. Here, it's going to be the end of our first motive. Okay. The first motive, the first, how to say, question. Okay. The first motive. So probably we should put a cadenza 5/1, which is the most common in use. 5/1. So here we'll do the progression of 5, 6. Then here I will go to 3, sorry, 2, 4. So this is a type of cadence. Could be perfect or imperfect. Next line. We have an E flat here from the second motive, which is the answer. E flat, where we can meet first the root note from the first chord. We can have it as E flat on the top, second chord. We can find the E flat as a fourth chord, which is here. We can find the E flat here as a sixth chord. Yeah. Now, question. After 1, 6 can go after 1? Yes, because 1, after 1, you can go anywhere. So I'll pick 6. 6 chord. So 6 chord, but I'm going to use in a different inversion, not in a root position. So it's going to be the second inversion, 6, 4. We talked about inversion at the beginning, right? Now, what else? I I have here the A flat. A flat. Where can I meet the A flat? I can meet the A flat in the second chord here as a third. I can meet the A flat as a root note in a fourth chord. I can meet the A flat in the fifth chord as a minor seven. I can meet the A flat in the seventh chord, which is diminished. So as well, three options. I have to think which one, 7, 5, or 2. So 2, 4, 5, or 7. I have four options. Now, if I pick the A flat from the second chord, right? The question is, can go second chord after 6 if I pick the second chord? Let's see. 6 can go to 1 or 2. Yes. So I can put here a second chord, which is F minor. Um, let's put here the second chord. Or should I put? Hmm. Okay, that's okay. I can leave it like that. It's okay. C and D. Here, the C, I can treat this as an appoggiatura. So C. So C note, it'll become like a delayed note for the next chord. So I can do is a polyphonic embellishment. So let's think about this one. The D, well, actually, the D, I can D, where I can meet the D in a three chord or as a third in a five chord. Um, well, let's see the D and as a seventh chord as well. Well, I'll pick the five. Now the question is, can we go five after two? Let's have a look. After two, let's see. We are here on the second scale degree, which they can go 1, 3, 5. Yes. So I'm going to use a 5 chord here. Which will be the D major. 5 chord. Here we will have to go to the end of the song. So we'll have to end with a cadence. I'm going to pick here plagal cadence. I'll write it in Italian. So plagal cadence here. Normally, plagal cadence is formed from the fourth scale to the 1, 5 1, 4 1. Sorry. So let's put 6. 6/4, which is the second inversion, to through the root position, which is going to be the 5. Sorry, the 5 here, and here 3. Good. Next. Now I set up all my chords a little bit here, and now we probably do more exchange. Now, as you remember, I'm going to start to write the bass line. As you see, the melody is the opposite um, motion, has a motion. You can hear in the first example. I'm going to pick the first example with it, which is more priority in our subject. I'm going to use flat here, and this is the F minor, so I can go directly to the F. Here it is 7th chord, the E flat major to the 5, E, F, G, A, B. So it's going to be the B flat here. We said it to be kept here. Now G, G, well, C minor. I can do something very interesting. I can keep the B as well, but this is going to be a 6/2. I mean, which is the third inversion of the C minor. So it'll be a chord with a 7. Now, here on the third, which is the G minor, I can go back to G minor because the melody goes up here and I can go down, as you noticed. Here, the melody goes a little bit down, so I can go a little bit up as well. So here's, it's going to be a cadence as well. Second motive, we are in a 6/4, so I can put here the G, second version as well of the C minor. But I need something more interesting because here I can put 2 chords. I can put 2 chords here. I can put here as well E flat, where I can find another E flat for another chord. So E flat first root, E flat is a second chord, E flat is a 4th chord. Yeah, and a 6th chord. So I still have 4 options. I'm going to pick the 4th chord, which is the A flat major. So I'm going to use the A flat here, and I'm going to write down here, it's going to be a 4th chord here, because it fits with the E flat from the top. Now here we set chord 2, which is from E flat, F minor. So we can go from F minor, but let's use with the F minor with a 7, minor 7. So this one is going to be treated with the third inversion of the F minor. And here, 5 chord, I said this is going to be the B flat major, right? So I can put here the B flat, because the melody goes up, then I can go down with my B flat. Okay, and here I can do my cadence as well. Okay, let me rewrite those more. Okay, that's correct now. I can put here the cadence, the play cadence, which it is on. I can put this E flat here. So 6 above E flat, it is C. Oh, sorry, I like this. Like this. I want different layers. Now 4 above E, it is A flat. Now here 5 above E, of course. Here as well is E. Okay. Let's make it like this. Let's make them double like this. Okay, so going back, I really like this because it helps me to explain you how it's working. Like for instance, 5 above E. So 5 above E, the interval of B5, it is F, E, F, G, A, B. So C can go smoothly nice to B, their neighbor notes, and 3 above E, okay, it is G. Now let's fill the chords. Okay, E flat, let's go on a second layer. I can put here E flat, what is missing from E flat, E, G, B. I can put here E and here B. F, we said it's going to be treated like different note, but not harmonized. Okay. Uh, from F minor, what notes are missing? F, A. So we can put an F here as well. We can double the root. It's always best to double the root instead of doubling the thirds or the fifth. And we're gonna put here a C. Here we have the B flat 7. So what are the notes of the B flat major 7? B, I can put here tone, yeah. I can put C can go to D nicely. And here, as a passing tone, we'll have this, I can put here as well B. And then here, a D. A D. Next chord. It's a 6-2. We said this is a C minor, but with the 7 as bass. So it's going to be the notes of the C minor are C, E flat, G, and B flats. So D can go to E flat, C can go to nicely to C. Yeah, great. Let me rearrange a little bit. Now here it's a 3 chord, which is the G minor. D can the notes of the G minor are G, B flat, and D. I can go with the D here because it goes nice in one step, and then here I can do an octave, which is allowed, permitted. Now here it is a 5 chord. Well, B flat, uh, B flat major. So 5 above B, it is F. I'm going to put an F. Mm, no. I will keep the command tone here, and I'll put the F here because it goes nicely here. And then here, 6 above B flat, it's the G. But here the G because it goes nice, F and G. And then 4 above B flat, it is E flat. Good. Next chord. Um, E flat and with the G. It's a 6 chord, which is the C minor. We're gonna put here an E to keep the common tone, but the problem if I put the E here, it's going to be too much space. I'm going to move a little bit up, G, and the G, and we are missing the C. And I gotta put a C here. So between G and C, it's an octave plus a 4. Listen, which is allowed. Okay, this is the 4 chord, which is the A flat major. It's with, let's put it with the 7. Okay, more stylish. Now, E flat, we said, what are the notes are missing? So the C, it's missing, yeah. Here, so we have the A, C, E flat, and G flats. We're going to put a G flat here. Now, let's move to the next chord. The second chord, it is the F minor, but with a minor 7 in the bass. So the notes of the second chord are F, A flat, C, E flat. So I can keep the C common tone, yeah. Here I don't have the F, so I need to put the F. So it goes nicely G flat to F. Now the last, it is the fifth chord, which is the B flat major. I have the B here, I have the D here, but it's missing the fifth. So I can keep the common tone 5 here, and I can, you know what? I think I'm going to put the 7 here to the 5, and I'm going to add here as a 5. So it's going to be a 5-7 here chord. This is all, I guess. Okay, that was our example. We can still, I see here, I need as well a transition between those bars, the bars. I see here, it is needed a transition with the rhythmic, because here it is a nice transition between, because of the rhythm. So I'm going to put up here transition. B, no, sorry. 1 second. B, A. So it goes mostly. I need those transitions to be very smooth. And here, I see an opportunity to put here a passing tone from E to G. I'm gonna put here. Yeah, great. E, F, and it's going to be okay. And I kind of like this G, no, G flat, F. Okay, so I can repeat this with a fifth down. I can hear the C here, and I need a C flat to repeat the same model, and then so this it's going to be considered the B, the A flat major, and here A flat minor. So let's put the labeling for the right here. This one is going to be the third, lowered third. Okay. I need a flat here to put a flat here. So this C flat, it's still representing the part of the chord, but it's labeled third and flat. So A flat major, A flat minor. Those are parallel chords called. Now let's have a look for the last time.